Hello, folks. I'm going to be showing you some riding lawnmowers. So we are staying at someone's house for a while, and they have some lawnmowers. So this here is a V-twin 22 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine, which is quite a lot for just a little riding lawnmower like this. I mean, you know, it's a pretty good size. There's another lawnmower that we are going to be using to cut the lawn. So here we have another tractor. By
excuse you?
I am now calling riding lawnmowers tractors, but yeah. So the other one, we decided it would be best not to mess with it because we weren't given permission to do so, but this one we have, so, and I know how to drive it. It's a older apparatus.
That's simple.
But is apparatus even the right word? It's I don't know if I'd call it simpler, but it's got the good old, basically like a stick shift. So you have your gears, you have your clutch on that side, you have your brake, which also is the clutch, so you don't have to push them both in at the same time. So you got your brake and clutch, and just your clutch for driving. You got your throttle over there,
and choke,
and yeah, your choke, and you have your engaged blade, and you have your deck height,
and
your key start, and your park, which don't push that in. But yeah, all right. It has this thing, this collection system on it. Very large collection system. I mean, look at that. The size of this thing compared to my hand, like, I guess it's got pretty good airflow then, but yeah, dual bag. So I'm not going to cut today because the grass doesn't need cutting, but maybe in a few days, for you it'll just be a few seconds, but in a few days I'll cut and I'll show that. But for now, we're going to take this thing for a little drive. Alright, it also has a pressure sensor in the seat, so if you're not sitting on it, it will cut it off, which is safe, but kind of impractical. Anyhow,
this is gonna be loud.
It is kind of loud, but it's alright. Ready? Oh yeah, it also requires you to hit the brake. It's not what I would call fast, but it can idle pretty low. You can see now we're not moving very fast.
That's third gear.
Alright, let's switch her up to fifth. Alright, we're in fifth gear. Apparently Anthony's trying to drive himself. Keep that blade disengaged. It's really easy to drive.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. So I discovered that this had a pretty bad fuel leak in the fuel line, so I'm going to be repairing it, or at least attempting to. Sometimes, I think I've done a fuel line repair a few times, but basic idea is you should be able to just cut the fuel line where the damage is, if it's close enough to the where it connects, and not have to worry about replacing it. Alright, so I'm going to be taking off this fuel line. Unfortunately, there's no fuel cut off. Alright, got the clip off with some good big pliers. Now if I can pull off this fuel line and then pinch it shut and lift it up. You can see here, look at that. That is a big crack. That's what it was leaking out of. So what we need to do is cut it after that point, and then we can just slip it back on because there's plenty of slack in it. There's a better tool to use for this probably, but scissors will do. Alright, there we go. Nice, relatively cleanish cut. So I'm going to put my thumb on it. And also, while I'm at it, I'll check for leaks. So I'll hold it down here, and if it drips from anywhere else, we'll know there's more leaks. But it looks like it's fine. So here goes. That leaked everywhere. It's fine up. I have it on. This fuel line's pretty loose on here, but that's what this clamps is for. There we go. Alright, I got it on. It's on all there. Now, this little apparatus that I unthreaded it from, that's just, I don't know, I guess that's to hold it away from the engine or something. I could put this back the way it was. There we go. Still got plenty of slack. We got off the damaged bit, and I'm full of gasoline and grease and stuff. That's nice. But no fuel leak, no fuel leak. It's all repaired, just like that. No need to buy a new fuel line. Now it's worth bearing in mind that this trick does not work if the cut is in the center of the fuel line, because obviously if you cut it, then it's too short. So what you have to do is cut out the damaged part and then put in a little divider. But at that point, it's just worth getting a new fuel line. Next part in this video will probably be of me cutting with it, so stay tuned for that. Time to do some cutting. Alright, now it's time to cut the big section of the lawn. And for that, we're going to use this riding lawnmower over here. Yay. Also, here's how much grass was left from that we took off the lawn from just that little section there. So you can see it didn't look like I cut much off, but I actually cut quite a bit. I mean, that's a good, probably I'd say that's about 3 gallons worth if you would measure it that way. Obviously, you could compress it down to be smaller, but yeah. All right. There's like 50 things to remember to do here. I'm gonna take this thing.
Yeah, you need to push that side.
Did you put the parking brake on or something?
No, I didn't.
Alright. Is the battery dead on this? It's in neutral. Nothing I did would have broken it. So, we're getting fuel flow, I assume. Hopefully. Because it sounds like it's running out of fuel. Once we...
There's plenty of fuel in the fuel tank.
Well, this already isn't ideal.
I still need headphones. Go backwards. Blade goes on. Spun the tires just a little bit. This is on grass, so it's gonna have a little bit more torque. Not torque, traction. Is there another engine that runs the blade?
Hmm?
Is there another engine that runs the blade?
Nope.
Same engine.
The reason it gets so loud though is just because of the sound. When the blades spin around like that, it goes because it's just a fan that's spinning really fast, a really big fan, and it chops the grass. There's actually two of them, one on either side, two blades, and it blows all the grass up here. Now, I was dumb enough to forget to look at this thing, but let's see what kind of stuff we got. What kind of grass we have in the back of here. Ooh.
No, this one's full.
I'm going to shake it a bit. Get the last little
bit
bits
full
down
in this
here.
one, so you were
Yeah, it's because it blasts over. Okay, yeah, it's because it blasts over. But look at that. That's like... That looks like fake grass almost because it's so, like, perfect.
Yeah, perfectly.
I'm used to cutting... You've watched my channel. You know I'm used to cutting brown, scraggly weeds. This is a proper lawn. Give it a good shake. Yeah. Alright, now hold it. Yeah, this one's definitely not perfect. Whoa. That's a lot of grass we took off the lawn.
Sometimes.
And learned how to repair a fuel line, because that was a simple, really simple repair, and that stuff's from from it dripping before. But right now you can see it's perfectly dry, that fuel line. Since I fixed it, it's not dripped once. It doesn't smell like gasoline anymore, and it's working great. It kind of had some trouble starting this morning. I'm not sure exactly why. It's possible that the spark plug's just old and kind of... Also, if you didn't see, the exhaust pipe on this is right here. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.